Hey, Simon Warner here. Welcome to the page on behalf of all of us. Now, earlier on today, I was lucky enough to speak to Todd Gross. In a minute, we're going to have a look what Todd had to say for VideoBuilder. VideoBuilder is an amazing new technology, a great platform that's been developed to make video marketing really, really simple. So you're taking the technology from a great video editor and adding on all those fantastic things from VideoPal, such as text-to-speech, lip syncing avatars and lots more. It really is the future of video publishing. So I got hold of Todd and we had a little bit of a chat, and I even got him to demo the software. Okay, so here we are with the man himself. Mr. Video has graced me with his presence today. I really do feel honored. Hey Todd, how are you, mate? Nice to speak to you again.
Hi Simon, I'm good. How you doing?
I don't know, but before we go any further, I've got cloud and no sign of any sunny intervals at the moment. Can we get a... Are we looking at rain today here in Chester in the UK?
Oh my goodness, you want me to do a forecast now? I didn't even get my radar out.
That would be awesome. I don't know whether you want to get to the radar out.
I need to get my radar out. And we'll do that right now. And I'll share my screen. Okay, I'm going to share my screen so that you can see the radar.
That's awesome. Weather forecast as well.
Yeah, okay. So now you can see the radar?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. And of course we're looking at Florida because that's where I am, and I can't give you a forecast there. But I'm going to go into your favorite spot, Disney World, right here.
Oh, awesome.
Bay Lake right there.
Yeah.
And you have Disney World. Actually, that's the other Bay Lake. This is Bay Lake where Disney is, right near this Oak Ridge Lake. Seeing no rain at all there today, so no problem for you. If you were in Disney World, you would not be having rain right now. You'd be having sun.
Well, we might
there you go.
I might have to run inside. I'm actually outside here because it is the British summer, as you can tell by the grey skies. So if I have to run inside halfway through the interview, you know why. And that leads me on to the first question I always like to ask people in an interview is, what did you do before you got into internet marketing? So
we gave it away, yeah. So I was a weatherman on TV, a meteorologist. And I was up in Boston, and I was out in Salt Lake City. But when I actually lost the job in Boston in 2005, I started doing the weather on the internet, believe it or not, expecting it to be monetized somehow. And actually, it kind of worked. I was advertising with Google AdSense on the side of my weather forecast. And then I got hit with all these internet marketers trying to tell me how to do Google AdSense. And I said, well, there's something missing on everybody's email to me in 2005, 2006. They didn't have any video. I said, why aren't they using video on any of these sales materials? So that's how I got started. I went to one of the marketers, Derek Van Dyke, as a matter of fact, was my first true partner, and we started putting out video products together back then in 2006. Squeeze Videos, as a matter of fact, was one of the first times you ever saw video squeeze pages being used.
I think that's actually
I got a lot of experience that way, and then we kept plowing forward from there.
That's the thing as well, and I suppose with broadband and now ultra-fast broadband, I suppose video is getting even easier and easier to do.
It is. In fact, I ran into that problem this morning. I'm actually making a bonus package, helping to make a bonus package for the new product we're putting out, VideoBuilder, which is a video creation software tool. And the problem that I had was, at one point, a few years ago, not that long ago, it was around 2012, 2013, I decided to step back to 720p, not 1080p high def, because it was bogging down my computer too much. And even though I could shoot in 1080p back then, because it was bogging down my computer, I reduced all my video work, like video backgrounds and things like that, to 720p. Now we're entering a stage where computers have caught up, and 1020p is the minimum that people are looking for. And I'm going back in my old files and trying to dig out the old 1080p videos, the ones that were better definition, and I'm just uploading them to some folks right now, as a matter of fact, some of my partners. So you can see that as the technology gets better, even though it's not moving as fast as it was, with the technology getting better, it's catching up with all this video stuff, so it makes the video stuff really very, very easy to get out there and do. There's still some time to render videos. It still takes some time to do things like that. but the processing speeds are picking up, and it's within the grasp of almost anybody's home computer now, which is really cool.
Well, that's the thing. I was having a play with your tool, and that's the great thing. Even if I'm on my old MacBook and not my new one, it doesn't make any difference to the rendering time, because obviously it's using your servers rather than the processor here, and that's the great thing about web apps.
Yes, it's a web app, VideoBuilder, and it's based on our previous product that we launched this year, VideoPal, which most people know a little bit about. That's where you have those walking, talking characters on the web page, you know. But what happened is this time around we got a lot of feedback where people wanted to take the VideoPals and then place them in their videos, not just to have them on a web page.
Yeah.
They wanted to actually have it as part of a video creation tool. And we said, well, you know, we've been working on a video creation tool for a long time. If we could infuse that, if we could liberate these VideoPal characters and put them inside an actual tool that allows you to make full videos, wouldn't that be cool? Well, the result was a kind of Camtasia-like video editor. It doesn't do screen capture, although it does capture webcam and stuff like that, but it does have multi-tracks, multi-layer editing capabilities, just like any really good video editor would have, but it simplifies it, so it becomes very simple. And then we add in those characters, the human characters and the 3D avatars, and it makes for what's really unique and we haven't seen before. So we're very excited to get this out there, because once again we're doing something that even you don't do very often. We're going to release this at a price that is tiny, 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 that anybody could try it.
I know.
And see if they like it.
I think you're crazy to put that out at that kind of price. You know me. I think you're crazy. You're putting out so much value there.
Well, we like to do that to get as many people to be able to try it, because that's how I started, by the way, is I would try a lot of things that were low cost, and I'd stay away from the higher cost stuff, because I felt, well, that way, if it didn't suit me perfectly, I didn't lose anything, you know? And I could try all different kinds of things, and that's how I was able to focus on what direction I would move, which ended up to basically do the same thing, continue with marketing videos, and that's where I am now.
Well, that's the thing, you see. I looked it over today, and I'm just amazed that you can put such a quality package together at such an affordable price. I know there's going to be my customers here who are used to buying products for $297 and $197 and more, who are going to go look at that and go, it can't be that such a high quality product for that kind of a price. But I think the thing is, for the way you work, is to just sell as many copies as possible rather than sell less copies at a higher price. Because playing with it today, the only way I could really describe it, you know, you've got the amazing VideoPal style features there, but you're also essentially giving an iMovie for internet marketers.
Right, that's what I was saying. It's like a video editor, yeah. But with the marketing involved. That's exactly right. I could give you a little bit of a demo if you'd like. I'm not. They're pushing some updates in now, so I'm not sure that it'll go 100% correct. But I could definitely show you a little bit about what it's like to give folks an example of how easy it is.
That'd be great. And live technology on the fly on Skype, anything could happen.
Okay, so let me click my screen share again. Share screen, and yeah, I think this is it here. So you should see now. Tell me if you see my screen with the VideoBuilder application.
I can see your screen.
One of the cool things I noticed about the application is that it does, you almost think that you're working with software that's on your own computer, because it just moves that fluently. So something like Camtasia is on my own computer, while this isn't. This is server side, but on the other hand, it has that look and feel as if it is something that, you know, you are creating on your own computer. So what I did here is I did something really, really quick. I just threw this together for this interview, where I took in an introduction, I took in an avatar, and I'll show you how I did that and show you how simple that is. First of all, if you look here on the bottom, you can see that I've created tracks, several tracks, and all you do to increase the number of layers or tracks is to click Add Track, like that. So I reached my limit at 5, so it says I can't have any more tracks. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, I think I have 5 or 6 tracks are open. Now that means you can have all those items layered on top of each other. Now, of course, the main thing, and by the way, this is the preview that we're looking at right here. It's not the rendered version. I have the rendered version somewhere here, which I could show you in a bit too. The rendered version comes out much clearer than what you're looking at in the preliminary version, so that everything moves along quickly. So for instance, here where you see Todd Gross, Chief Meteorologist, that looks really clear in the rendered version. Now, the characters I'm referring to are like this woman here. So if I wanted to replace her and put a different character in, what I would do is I just do a right click and delete. So I'm deleting her. And then I'd go to the avatar section on the left here. So let me just show you how easy this menu is set up. Media library is what you'll be working from a lot. The other thing you'll be working from a lot is the avatar section. And we haven't loaded in the human avatars yet because we're still getting this ready for the debut release on Thursday night and Friday. But I will tell you this, we have these guys in there now, which I could give you an example of how it works. So for instance, I could take Jenna, all right? I just clicked her and then I clicked on next. And then I could give her a great text-to-speech, the best text-to-speech that we know of that's out there. Or we could actually record the voice with the voice recorder, or we could pick up from the media library something that we recorded earlier. But let me show you how easy it is to give her text-to-speech. So we will just type something in. Hi, my name is Joanna. And then what's important to know here is to give it like a comma after that, because when she finishes speaking, she'll actually pause for a second in terms of her lips on the final rendered version, because we have lip sync technology worked in to make it look more lifelike when they speak. So that's another cool thing. I am very excited to tell you about Simon, who is a fan of VideoBuilder. Simon liked it so much that he went out on the town and had 5 drinks to celebrate.
Well, I might actually go and do that later now you've put the idea in my head.
So you just click on import speech.
My name is Joanna. I am very excited to tell you about Simon, who is a fan of VideoBuilder. Simon liked it so much that he went out on the town and had 5 drinks to celebrate.
All right, so she's on to you. So then you just click next from there. And basically what you do is you just drag this down, and you can see her showing up right here, okay, on the left. And we're going to put her on track 1 or 3. That's where she speaks when you do the final rendered version, on track 1 or 3. We're going to make it track 1, 2, or 3. And she's right here. So,
Hi, my name is Joanna. I am very excited to tell you about Simon, who is a fan of VideoBuilder. Simon liked it so much that he went out on the town and had 5 drinks to celebrate.
okay, so everything that was going on there is in the background was because I have things on the other tracks. So for instance, I loaded this image off my computer, which says get your free bonuses. That image that you see right here is something I just pulled off my computer and put in my media library. I also was able to pull in a background. I'm showing you the background right now by lifting it off its previous track. And you can see that as I click play, that background, of course, animates.
Awesome.
I also was able to add this lower third. I'm showing you what that is right here by bringing it above everything else. And that said Todd Gross, Chief Meteorologist, in the lower left. So we're able to add lower thirds. We're able to add intro animations. Let me show you what that would look like. An intro animation would be something like this that you're looking at on the left. You're also able to add outro animations so that when you're all finished, you'll get a nice, close. You could also add text animations, which is really cool, like this. And for instance, on this one, when you click next, it just has you either preview it. You can see the preview right here going on. Hold on one sec. And then we also can take a look at the other features in the background. Let's take a look. On the left, such as import media, you could record off your webcam as an example, which is a very cool feature, and you could add that right into the video. And we have other filters such as zooming in, resizing, we have titles, we have fade in audio, and also there is going to be the ability to have transitions, which takes place further down the line when you look at various things here. But you can see how everything is very simply set up. And it's going to be very, very easy for folks to get used to it once they play with it and watch the instructions, because it's very user-friendly, and it is something that comes naturally after you play with it for a while. Now, I have to tell you, it is a little more complex than VideoPal, which was very easy to use, but it is much easier to use than something like Camtasia, which is much easier to use than a really high-end video editor. So, you know, we basically simplified a lot of the tasks that one would have to do in a complex video editor, so it is now bringing it into the hands of virtually anyone. So that's why, Simon, we're so excited about it.
You're essentially, even if you completely disregard the animated features, you're essentially getting all the features from something like Final Cut that you would use as a marketer in an easy, without all the things that you wouldn't use as a marketer.
That's right. That's exactly what we were searching for. And I know it's a little bit, you know, mind-boggling to see all those features at this kind of low price and say there's got to be a catch. But the only thing I could say is the way that we're able to finance it is if you want to be able to sell this to other businesses, if you want additional characters per month, on the inside there will be some of those one-time offers. But that doesn't mean that you can't get in and try this out for yourself and have all these features available for your own videos for yourself at that low, low cost. I mean, that really is going to be the case here.
Essentially, with an agency license for this, it's something that people could go out and make money with straight away. You know, they're going to blow away people with the ease of creation of videos there.
Absolutely. So that's why we're so excited. Now, I'm not sure when folks are going to see this video, but I got to tell you, the earlier that you kind of pick this up, the better chance that you'll get in on that early bird pricing, because we start things extremely low, and I don't know the exact pricing. I haven't looked it over, but it's going to be somewhere in that $30 range. And we're talking about that, you know, $30 range for a limited period of time. Then it'll move up from there. But still, it'll still be low. Even if you're late and watching this video late and you miss that early price, you'll still be getting it at a steal. So that's why we're so excited.
That's awesome, Todd, and thank you so much. I mean, for offering products like that, you should get an award.
Wait a minute. You know, Simon is a magician. And Simon has told me that he could make an award pop out of my ear. Simon, why don't you go through the motions and we'll see if it works.
3, 2, 1, and off we go.
Ow! Ah! What's this? I won an award from JV Zoo. Look at that. It's amazing.
It's shiny.
Magic has always been incredible.
Thank you very much for joining us today, Todd. And you don't need it, but the best of luck for your launch and for bringing such a fantastic product to the market.
Thank you, Simon. Very, very good, and I'm very happy that we got to connect.
Thanks a lot, Todd. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.